Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're happy to have you here. Talking Heads is a platform where people from around the world come and share their expertise, their knowledge, their skills to help us be better personally and or professionally. Our Talking Head expert today is Roland Friedl. Let's welcome him. Hi, Roland. Welcome.
Hello, Dr. Jacqueline. Great to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. And thank you for just doing a brilliant show with me right before this one, the Mallorca Connection. I would love for you to just share with our new audience members about the show so that they can tune in before the Talking Head show.
The Mallorca Connection. Yeah, the Mallorca Connection is a show. Actually, it's called Mallorca Connection because Mallorca has been my home base for the last 14 years. I travel a lot to see my clients. I travel a lot to learn also about new cultures and new skills. But my home base has been for 14 years Mallorca Connection. That's why we call it the Mallorca Connection. And by the way, I also had very, very amazing interview guests, also persons who live on the island of Mallorca, but also around the globe. And the Mallorca Connection is just it's just there to inspire you with different topics from amazing people around the globe. Like we had just before, a dear friend who is a very good actor, a producer, writer, director. And yeah, it's all about inspiring people about different topics. And maybe you get involved or engaged in whatever you're interested in. That's what we're all about. It's all about caring and sharing and connecting to interesting people.
Thank you so much, Roland. And I'm going to go backstage and produce the show and let you have your Talking Head segment. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's the Performance Triangle, I believe.
Yes. It's episode number 3 of the Performance Under Pressure. It's the Performance Triangle. Yes.
Fantastic. All right. I will give you your deck and go backstage. Have a great show.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Talking Head show, which has the headline of those who already saw the previous 2 episodes is the Performance Under Pressure, Control of Attention. For those of you just joined in new and want to check out what's going on this channel, is the main topic is for business leaders, for executives, but also for single entrepreneur, is how to perform under pressure. I guess it's more important than ever in life because things are not going easier. There are more challenges around the globe. Like we had the pandemic the last 2 years here in Europe. We are on war, and more gets involved, and we have an economic crisis. We have an energy crisis. So there's a lot of pressure in businesses and executives. So the last 2 episodes, we have just talked about increased control versus reduced control. So if you want to hear more about that, please maybe tune in on YouTube. There's a recording of that. And the second episode, the last one was, we were talking about the main task of a manager. And I just want to do a short recap because we continue on this. For those who joined the show, for others, the new one, the 3 main tasks of a manager, whatever you're responsible for, is always the same. It's just the planning phase. It's planning, it's executing, and it's the review process. These are the 3 main tasks when we said, okay, whatever is your duty, whatever you want to call it, whatever different tasks are involved. But when you summarize at the end, it's you're responsible for planning. You're responsible for the execution. Maybe you execute, you delegate, your team is executing, and then for reviewing, meaning giving feedback. Are we on track? Is every team member on track? Are you yourself on track? Are you coming closer to your goals, or do you have adapt ones. And today we focus in this episode on what I call the performance triangle. This is very important to give a proper feedback. How can you support your team members to become a better version of themselves every single day, a little bit, and so you have a high performance team at the end of the week, for example, whatever. So let's get into it. Those of you who already know me, they know I always do this on the 4 aspects. First of all, we talk about why is it important to use a performance triangle? What's the main essence of it? What is it? Then we are talking about how you're doing it, how you're using it, how you're executing, for example, the performance triangle. And then we have a short future cap. What if you're adapting this to make it work for you? That's all about in the next about 20 minutes. Yeah, for those of you, my name is Roland. As you can hear, I'm not a native English speaker. I'm born and raised in Austria, a small, beautiful country in the middle of Europe. After my universities, different educations, I traveled the world. I have been working in the corporate world. To be honest, just for a short time of period, but I had a very, very fast career. I guess I was the youngest member of board of director of a huge company. I quit it because I wanted to do always my own stuff. So I was founding companies in different areas, some very successfully, some failed. But to be honest, those who failed gave me the most because I learned so much of it. Where are my strengths? Where are my weak points? Where should I focus to be successful? Maybe my weak points, maybe I delegate to somebody else, or other companies are helping me for this, so I can focus on these things who really are my strengths. So I learned also from my failures, but that's some very international successful business. And besides this, I started almost 3 decades ago in coaching and consulting other companies. So people came to me and said, what's your secret of your success? And I said, it's all about the team. It's all about the people. I have just a vision. I just provide the tools, the materials, the resources, but it's all about team effort. And the success is all about having an inspired, motivated team. And so it came across that I started working for international company. You can see all my clients on my website, big international players, $1 billion industries, working for executives in different parts of the world. And now I have, from 3 decades, it's called Spartan Performance Systems, my consulting training company, and my team is offering all our service in many, many languages, not also in my German language, in English, in Spanish. We have French-speaking people, Italian-speaking, Portuguese-speaking people, Polish-speaking people, Arabic-speaking people. So we work really, really international. And I'm here just to give you a short insight of our skills and my experience in this field. So, okay, let's come back to the performance triangle. Why is it important? The point is when you give feedback to your teams, and most companies or most managers in organization are using the KPIs. But to be honest, the KPIs only give you the end result. Yeah, the key performance indicators. Yeah, how do you define it? Is it sales performance? Is it coverage, market shares, profit, whatever it is? But what's very important is what I learned in the past is that the more accurate information you have, and it's absolutely needed, and absolute accurate information is needed for your intervention to improve the performance of your team. You need absolute accurate information, and figures like key performance indicators, the KPIs, is not enough. So the specificity of reviewing leads to specificity of management, direction, and response. That's all about. That's why it's so important. You need accurate information. How was this result by your team member created? And we go deeper in it, because you set up a goal. You have a vision. You set up a goal. You chunk this huge goal you have for your department or your business in smaller chunks, so each team member can contribute it. And then at the end, by the defined KPIs, what did you reach? How much did you sell? How much profit did you make? How much marketing shares you gained? maybe you increase your coverage or not, and so on. But what you don't know is how they achieve these goals. Why did they succeed or why did they fail? And therefore, you need the performance triangle. So what is it exactly? The performance triangle has 3 parts. So whenever I give feedback to one of my team members in my own company, we do it depending on their level of performance. Maybe you joined a few weeks ago another episode that was called the situative leadership style, or how to do an effective team meetings. When maybe you will also find these recordings on YouTube too. You just go on USA Global TV, Talking Heads, Roland Friedl, you will find them all. And we learned about that it is very, very important that you totally understand and your team members understand what you're expecting from them, how they are doing that, and what is their own motivation to do it. Okay? So this creates what I call the performance triangle. So when I have a meeting with a face-to-face, because feedback is always a face-to-face stuff, I never do it in groups. I always do it face-to-face with each team members when we do a review process. And as I mentioned before, depending on their level, some new people who came new to the team, or even long members of my team, but they're having a new task, I see them quite often, maybe twice a week. Yeah, when they're more experienced, maybe I see them just once a month, and when they're very experienced, maybe I see them just once in a quarter. Yeah, depending on their level. But if you want to learn more about it, go back to all those episodes. We all handled this before. So what I see on the KPI is the result, but to improve the performance of my team members, to support them, to know exactly what they need to get better. I look much deeper than only seeing figures. What I'm taking care about is what is their skills, did improve their skills, or do they have to improve their skills? Yeah, the ability to perform. This is very important. The second part is, do they use the right structure? Structure is very, very important. So do they know exactly what step first, what comes next? So do they have a good structure? And last but not least, what my own experience is, and I hear it from many different, not only executives, but also from trainers around the globe, it's what is so difficult to train, but I love it, is what about their mindset? Do they have the right mindset? Are they aligned so they can really perform? So what I mean by the performance triangle is, when you give feedback to your team members, not only talk about the figures, meaning about the results they're gaining, go deeper and have a clear look about, okay, for example, when they failed, when it didn't meet your expectations, is it a skill problem? For example, does your team member not know how to do it? Or is it a structure problem, meaning that your team member starts with the wrong task in the beginning? Yeah. Or is it a mindset problem, that your team member is not aligned, maybe with the goals, maybe not with the strategy, maybe not with the action plan, whatever it is. Okay, so always look very holistically on the problem. Okay, so I want to emphasize it again. KPIs, don't misunderstand me, are very, very important for sure, but it's not enough. It's not enough, because the KPIs are just the result. What I mean is, when you set your goals, you communicate your goals, you communicate your expectation to team members. That's the starting point. The KPIs that you define about the reaching, the key performance, the end point. And in between, you have a black box. And you have to find out, how did they come to this result? If it's good or bad. Yeah, if it's a good one, it's very important that you know exactly what they have done on the skill side, on the structure side, on the mindset side. Why is it important? Because when somebody is successful and you know exactly how this result came across, then you can duplicate it. And this was for me many years ago. So I was running a big international supply chain with thousands and thousands of people all over the globe. And for me, it was most important thing to be successful is everything must be duplicable. Okay, You have to find a system that is duplicable, that so one team member can do it, 10 team members, 100, maybe 1,000 or 10,000 team members can do the same stuff and they will succeed. Okay, that's so important. Okay, so have a clear look about it. Is it a mindset problem? Is it a skills problem? Or is it a structure problem? So when this person is successful, find out what skills do they use, how is their structure, how they approach on the task, and what kind of mindset do they have. Yeah? And then you can duplicate it to the other team members. Okay. When a person is not performing like expected, whatever reason it is, find it out. Is it a lack on skills? Is it a lack on the approach and the structural approach? Or is something wrong with their mindset? And then you can fix it. Because, I get many requests from companies that said, yeah, can you or your team come over and do a sales training, a management training, a service training, whatever it is? I said, yeah, we can do it, but we don't want to do this because it doesn't make sense at all. We have to find out, where do we focus on? Is it a skills focus? Is it a structure focus? Or is it a mindset focus? It's very, very important to find this out. Okay, that's the performance triangle. So how are you doing this? So you use this structure for every reviewing process, for every feedback process, maybe for yourself, but also, as I mentioned before, for all of your team members. So just go a little bit deeper. So when we talk about skill set, we need a certain skill set to fulfill a task. I guess that this is clear. So skill set can be, does this person have accuracy? Accuracy, what exactly this person has to do to perform on a certain task? Yeah. What kind of situation is it? And has this person an experience? Yes or no? Maybe you can train, or as a leader, you can train or coach this person, this team member. Maybe you're talking to a third party, like my company, like Sparring Performance System, to help you out to develop this person. But be very clear, what kind of skills does the person need to perform for the task? Is the skill there? Yes or not? If not, you have to do something here and fix the problem. And to be clear, training skills is the easiest way. Yeah, it's the easiest way. A little bit more complicated is to look at the structural parts. So there are people out there that have good skills, but they have, especially in complex projects and situation, they don't have exact clarity where to start. Yeah, structure is very important, having a structure. So do they have clarity about which step first? Also, do they have the resources to structure their work? And is there a clear debrief? That's very, very important. So also look at the structure. Some people are really good. I know a bunch of people that are very intelligent, very clever, but absolute no structure. I wouldn't say chaotic, but no structure. Not always starting with the most important task in the beginning, sometimes distracted to so-called urgent task, but not focused on the important task. So help them to find structure. And this is what we do in process developing in companies, especially when the companies are huge. Then you have to define clear processes for each task, so every team member can follow the certain and successful steps to succeed. So structure. Yeah, last but not least, and as I mentioned before, for some people, really difficult to train or to develop. I find it's not difficult. You have just to know the root cause of it, is the mindset, the intensity of the mindset. Yeah? Are they 100% with you aligned, or only 80% or half of it? What triggers them to be not aligned, maybe with your goals or with your strategy plan or your action plan? Yeah, the executing plan, whatever it is. Are they in the red zone? Meaning, are they emotionally triggered? Are they distracted by emotions? We will talk a little in the other episodes about control of attention. In episode 4 and episode 5, we will talk about the negative content loop, when some people are really triggered by negative emotions, how this comes. And also performing excellence is very, very important on the mindset based. But we will go deeper, especially on the mindset stuff, because I think it's so important. As I mentioned before, it's easy to train somebody's skills. It's a little bit more challenging, but also easy to train somebody on structure. But it's more challenging to work on the mindset. But I will give you tips in the next episodes, especially in episode 5, 6, 7, 9. And a lot more episodes are coming. We go deeper and deeper in each part. So just to summarize, what are you doing? So when you do a feedback process to your team members about their performance on a certain task, you're expecting, of course, the KPIs are the baseline. Of course, that's no doubt at all. Don't misunderstand me on that point. But in addition, have a clear view. Why is this person not performing? Is it a skills problem? Is it a structure problem? Or it's a mindset problem? And then the other way around, when somebody's performing a high performer, find out what exactly this person is doing on the skill side, on the structure side, on the mindset side. And then you can model this, define this process accurately and exactly, model it, and you can duplicate it for other team members who are performing not on the same level and improve their performance. So you have a high performance team at the end of the day. Okay, if you have any question on that, if you want to get deeper, if you want to be trained on that, coached on that, maybe your management or first, second, or third level management, please contact us. We are more than highly welcome to contact us, and we will help you out on this focus, because it's so important. That's what we learned, because so many leaders really make the mistake that just work on the KPIs. As I mentioned before, no doubt they're important, but you will never develop a person. You will never create a winning team, a high performance team, when you just only focus on the KPIs. That's so important. And to make it very clear, because I see so many organizations, big multinational companies, also startup companies, those companies who will survive and be successful in the future. It's not about their broad ideas, it's about their talents. First of all, are they attractive enough to attract talents on board? Secondly, are they able and capable to bind them on their organization by developing them and by leading them, meaning have to have a huge HCM, what I call human capital management, meaning a good HR department working together with the managers. So after finding good talents, onboarding them, binding them by developing them and leading them. And for this process, one important point, by the way, is the performance triangle, giving them a proper feedback, learning exactly what this unique talent needs to increase his or her performance. Okay. So last but not least, what if I adapt this to make it work for me and my team? Maybe you want to ask yourself. First of all, it's with every new task you learn, be patient with yourself. Integrate it, start slowly. So prepare your next feedback process properly. Of course, just review what the goal is, what the expectation to your team members is. By the way, we had an episode about that, giving a proper feedback. We structured it clearly. So go on this episode if you want to recap it. But also use this performance triangle in addition to KPIs, and be patient. Maybe you won't focus on all three in the beginning. That's what I learned from an educational point of view of learning and improving, is focus just on one. What you believe is the most important of the three to perform in your specific business, in your specific organization. Maybe you want to start with focusing more on the mindset in the beginning, or you want to focus more on the skills or on the structure. Doesn't matter. Just focus on one, and make it as on your daily work and your daily feedback, one-to-one talks with your team members, and integrate it and implement it every day. And when you feel safe and you have clarity, when you feel good about one, then integrate the second one. And when you feel good and safe about that, then you integrate the last one. And at the end, you have integrated all three, what we call the performance triangle, the skill set, the mindset, and the structure. And you will see if you keep going, if you don't give up, you make it on a daily basis, giving feedbacks. And what I always say, you really use every conversation with every team member for a learning experience for your team member and, of course, of yourself. This team member should learn more about how to improve your skills or how to improve this approach to a task, meaning the structure, or how they can improve their alignment, their mindset, how to motivate them, how to inspire them. But you also learn a lot about their team members, how you can support them. By all this, I wish you not only a lot of success, but also a lot of fun, a lot of excitement, because, it's not only about hard work, it's also fun. And I can talk about myself. For me, the work I'm doing, it's not just a work, just a job, it's just a passion. I really love to do that. So I wish you all the best. And if you want, join me next week again. Then we will talk about control, how to use this triangle performance and combine it with control of attention so that you don't get stressed and overwhelmed with all the stuff. I thank you a lot for listening and watching on USA Global TV on this Talking Head panel. I wish you all the best. And if you ever want to contact me, go on my main website. It's just my name, rolandfriedl.com. And from there, you can link whatever you need to perform better, to improve your team performance in your organization. Thanks a lot and see you soon. Thanks and bye-bye.
Another excellent presentation filled with so much great content that we can all really dive into. So I really thank you for being so professional in the way that you come always prepared with a great deck with really wonderful visuals that are easy to understand and for us to take information away from.
Thank you for the feedback. It's always a pleasure and an honor to join here in this panel.
And we have a comment from Christine Amy Artner, who just joined us on the last show, the Mallorca Connection. Thank you. Great. Thanks for being here. All right. I'm so happy that you are doing Talking Heads because you're adding another dimension to what our other talking heads are sharing. And I want to thank John Christian for introducing us. And I said this on the last show, you never know where one connection is going to take you. And it's been an absolute pleasure and honor to work with you. I love it. You've given me great business coaching and mentoring, and I really thank you.
You're always very welcome. And I thank you for just really, just providing this platform so all this can happen. Thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome. Well, we're going to sign off for now. We've got a team meeting coming up. Yay. And I just wanted to share with everyone, we do have a full day of broadcasting tomorrow. So we broadcast Monday through Friday, and we would love to have you watch all of our shows. I know it's probably not humanly possible, but when you can't watch, you can always listen on the radio. And we're on Business Talk Radio out of New York. We're also on MyTuner Radio. So please go ahead and go to those websites and listen to us 24/7, right? You can have your phone right next to your bed, Dr. Jacqueline talking. No, go kidding.
Yeah, absolutely. When you want to improve your life, ladies and gentlemen outside, when you want to be more happy, more joyful life, more positive life, focus on the positive news and focus like USA Global TV, where you can learn, where you get inspired, where it's all about sharing and care. Focus on the positive ones, and where the energy goes where the focus flows. So focus on positive news, focus on USA Global TV with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck and her team.
Thank you so much, Roland. All right, Roland and I are signing off. We'll see everybody later. I'll be back tomorrow with more shows. Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.